At Sierra, discover great deals on top brand workout gear, like high-quality walking shoes, which might lead to another discovery.
40,000 steps, baby. Who's on top now, Karen?
You've taken the office step challenge a step too far. Don't worry, though. Sierra also has yoga gear. It might be a good place to find your zen. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Optimal Living Daily, Why Better Brain Health Matters at Every Age, by Dr. Jenny Brockis of drjennybrockis.com, and I'm Justin Malik. This is the podcast where I read to you every day, kind of like an audiobook, and on Sundays I share an episode from a different podcast where we read to you. Today's comes from my brother's show, Optimal Health Daily. If you'd like to hear more about diet, nutrition, fitness, pretty much anything health-related, you can find Optimal Health Daily wherever you get your podcasts. And you can even submit your own questions and have them answered on Friday editions of the show. If you do that, you'll get a copy of our Optimal Living Daily workbook for free, hardcover shipped by me to you for free if you're in the US. You can send a health-related question to health@oldpodcast.com and then listen into that show on Fridays. Again, that's Optimal Health Daily. But with that, let's get right to the bonus episode as we optimize your life.
Why Better Brain Health Matters at Every Age, by Dr. Jenny Brockis of drjennybrockis.com. Ask any healthy senior what worries them most about the aging process, and there's a good chance they will mention the fear of developing some form of dementia. As life expectancy has increased, so too has the expectation of staying healthy and mentally sharp, and ensuring better brain health. But looking after our brain health isn't something to be thought about towards the latter half of our lives. It matters across the trajectory of our lifespan, beginning in childhood. Our cognition is how well we think, learn, and remember, which is why cognitive health, or brain fitness, deserves just as much of our attention as physical health and overall mental well-being. There is now a plethora of helpful advice as to what makes a difference. The problem is that as our understanding of how the brain works has increased, there's also been an increase in the amount of misinformation, hype, and plain old wishful thinking resulting in confusion. So what can you really trust to work? Brain fitness is not a magic pill to dementia prevention, and it won't turn you into a genius. What it does provide is a usual framework based on peer-reviewed scientific research to help us become more adept with our thinking skills, adapt more easily to our changing environments, and enjoy leading fuller, richer lives. Rather than seeking the next superfood or nootropic to enhance performance, brain fitness is all about making better, brain-healthy lifestyle choices to enhance brain health and function. Perhaps you've noticed it's easy to do those things we're already good at and enjoy, not so much when it's stuff we find challenging. You may pay close attention to your nutrition, but if your work schedule means you never get to exercise and your relaxation takes the form of plonking in front of some brain-dead TV in the evenings, then you're missing out on an opportunity to manage your stress more effectively and boost your mood. Our modern way of living with high speed, high pressure, and high stress can make the challenge of trying to fit all of this in, all of the things we intuitively know to be important, difficult. That's why it's important to take stock and reappraise just what's important to you. For example, if your goal is to advance your career prospects, then being mentally flexible, capable of holding and manipulating data to solve problems quickly, even when under pressure, is a must. Getting on well with people, especially those who we don't like or who don't like us, matters if our feelings of distrust or worry impact our performance. Developing good emotional regulation builds better resilience to stress and makes it easier to retain access to those higher executive thinking skills of logic, reasoning, and decision-making. When studying, knowing how to boost effective learning and retention of the course material will enhance your ability to achieve the desired result you know you're capable of. And no, cramming doesn't work. Period. Neuromyths abound, so checking in with what's valid when it comes to how to pay better attention, manage distractions, and get enough sleep will pay off handsomely in the longer term. There is a common assumption that brain training means online computer games. This billion-dollar industry clearly has us in its sights, but does the hype live up to the promise? It depends. While neuroscientists continue to wage battle over whether brain training does or doesn't work, online brain training isn't enough to retain and enhance our cognitive capabilities. Cross-training the brain involves physical exercise, learning new skills, and staying connected socially with others. Choose activities that provide novelty, variety, and a continuing challenge. Whether it's learning ballroom dancing, signing up for a computer coding class, or practicing your best Mandarin, it's all about driving neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new and strengthen existing synaptic connections between neurons. The harder the mental activity, the greater the mental stretch. So don't choose the easier option. The term use it or lose it is really about providing your brain with the opportunity to create a greater cognitive reserve and keep it functioning well for longer. Retirement can be a tricky time. The change in routine, reduced social interaction, and lowered mental stimulation can, unless you have pre-prepared for this transition phase, be associated with a rapid drop-off in mental sharpness, which is why staying engaged, signing up for voluntary or charity work, and continuing to do lots of different things is helpful. What does a brain fitness program look like? It's a framework that encourages participation in attending to a healthy diet, getting sufficient physical exercise, getting enough sleep, and managing stress effectively, along with keeping to an open mind, staying curious about what else the world has to offer, learning new things, and staying socially connected. Such a program may also incorporate a baseline assessment of present cognitive ability and basic information about how the human brain works. There is no one way of building brain fitness that's better than others. It's about discovering what fits best with you and your circumstances. The place to start is identifying where your pain points are. Which areas of brain function do you struggle with? Are you good with numbers, but hopeless at navigating your way to a new destination? Do you find focus a problem, or are you making too many mistakes because you're tired? Identifying what needs addressing makes it easier to prioritize where to start and which brain fitness tools to use first. You just listened to the post titled, Why Better Brain Health Matters at Every Age by Dr. Jenny Brockis of drjennybrockis.com.
The Jack Welch Management Institute at Strayer University helps you go from, I know the way, to I've arrived with our top 10 ranked online MBA. Gain skills you can learn today and apply tomorrow. Get ready to go from make it happen to made it happen and keep striving. Visit strayer.edu/Jack Welch MBA to learn more. Strayer University is certified to operate in Virginia by Chev and has many campuses, including at 2121 15th Street North in Arlington, Virginia.
When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp, the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
Dr. Neil here for my commentary. Do you happen to remember today's inspirational quote? You know, the one I started this post with? I'll remind you. Quote, difficulties mastered are opportunities won. And this was by Winston Churchill. Well, that was one of the points Dr. Brockis was trying to make in this post, right? Find things that challenge your brain a little bit to keep your brain healthy. Now, I want to go back to something else that Dr. Brockis mentioned, particularly her point about online computer games and games on our smartphones. She mentioned that these games may be both good and not so good for us. It depends. And Dr. Brockis is absolutely correct. When a game requires us to learn a new skill, then it's usually good for brain health. But when we start to get good at the game or used to it, it may not boost brain health at all. In fact, some researchers have found that daily computer game playing led to less brain activity. This is the opposite of what we want to happen. We want these games to increase brain activity. Instead, we can reliably say at this time that staying physically active, socially active, and consuming a diet full of fruits, vegetables, and omega-3 fats have all been, again, consistently shown to improve brain health. So maybe it is time to put the phone down and go for that walk instead. So with that, I wish you a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow for another post, and that's where your optimal life awaits.